With your help, man will be what he was born to be, free and independent.
We not only respect the freedom of religion, we have laws that protect individuals from being harmed because of how they look or what they believe.
The First Amendment states, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble, and to petition the government for a redress of grievances.
Free speech is an integral part of an American's identity.
Nearly 9 out of 10 Americans think freedom of speech is more important than political correctness. 73% of Americans said they would defend free speech to their death.
Freedom of speech is especially important to minorities like Asians, African Americans, Latinos, and Muslims who struggle to have their voices heard above the din of the majority's voice. As teenagers as well, we can make our mark on society by expressing our free speech rights to release our ideas and viewpoints to the world, as well as experience and explore all the different ideologies that exist in this world.
But what happens when the president himself has tried to limit the essential right to free speech? The freedom of speech was first included in the Constitution as one of the Bill of Rights. The first 10 amendments, in response to anti-federalists being afraid of their individual liberties being taken away by the government.
If freedom of speech is taken away, George Washington told a group of military officers in 1783, then dumb and silent we may be led, like sheep to the slaughter.
Free speech is essential to progress in society, as it enables the truth to emerge from diverse opinions through reasoning and proof. Without it, society would be dull, dominated by the government through censorship, like communist countries such as North Korea.
Free speech also protects speech not supported by the majority, which is a controversial roller coaster.
In 1969, in Tinker versus Des Moines, the court ruled that students wearing black armbands to protest the Vietnam War was pure speech or symbolic speech protected by the First Amendment.
National Socialist Party of America v. Village of Skokie in 1977, the SC ruled that the Nazis' right to stage a demonstration was an act of symbolic speech and was protected by the First Amendment, even though most of America despised and detested Nazis.
In 1989, in the case of Texas v. Johnson, the SC ruled that burning the U.S. flag was legal and protected by the First Amendment, even though most Americans oppose burning the U.S. flag.
The right to free speech protects the words and symbolic speech of any person in America, even those of controversial ideologies. The election of Trump and the government officials of the Trump administration and their actions over the past year has brought about serious concern about the future of free speech, at least until his term is over.
The NFL kneeling protests are a peaceful expression of symbolic speech started by Colin Kaepernick, in which players kneeled during the national anthem shortly before the game started to protest police brutality and racial inequality, two glaring problems in America today. Trump has said he wants the protests to stop, which resembles censorship, even though Texas v. Johnson proves that this protest is perfectly legal, protected by the First Amendment.
In my opinion, the NFL has to change. Or you know what's going to happen? Their business is going to go to hell.
The First Amendment. Do you oppose that First Amendment side of the NFL, Mr. President?
Trump has also once said that he plans to shut down the internet in some way as a means to counteract terrorist plots, but then proceeds to mock free speech.
Because we're losing a lot of people because of the internet. And we have to do something. We have to go see Bill Gates and a lot of different people that really understand what's happening. We have to talk to them, maybe in certain areas, closing that internet up in some way. Somebody will say, oh, freedom of speech, freedom of speech. These are foolish people. We have a lot of foolish people. We have a lot of foolish people. We've got to...
When Michael Wolff's book Fire and Fury dropped recently, it bashed Trump and his actions and painted him in a negative picture. In response, Trump called for libel and slander laws to be reviewed, said it was all lies, and tried to even censor the book, a clear violation of free speech which should not be taking place in America.
And I think it's a disgrace that somebody's able to have something, do something like that. The libel laws are very weak in this country. If they were strong, it would be very helpful. You wouldn't have things like that happen where you can say whatever comes to your head.
Trump has also promoted the fake news narrative, saying that he wants to limit or remove news that isn't advantageous to him or his objectives. Hillary Clinton clearly says what needs to be done.
We can't sacrifice truth and facts on the altar of partisanship and the desire on the part of a particular president and his administration to control the news, to undermine the First Amendment, to just create this alternate reality.
In conclusion, free speech is an unalienable right of any American today. This right helps society progress by allowing the truth to emerge from a variety of opinions and viewpoints. It also helps protect the voices of teenagers and minorities like me around the country. Trump's actions threaten to remove the protection and allow censorship to occur. Would you like to be like sheep led to slaughter?